Late at night, deep in the woods, a backpacker recorded something strange. In the distance, a pale white figure stood unnaturally still. Suddenly, it started to move, and the eyes reflected his light. Could this be a twisted prank, or was something more sinister happening here? While hiking in Panther, West Virginia, Duffy Springfield and her boyfriend took plenty of photos, but it wasn't until they were putting together a scrapbook that they noticed something strange in one of the shots. She quickly showed it to her boyfriend, and they both agreed. It looked eerily like a hand. With West Virginia's deep history of cryptid lore, this discovery became even more intriguing. Whether Duffy captured an actual hand or something else, one thing is certain. There's more lurking in West Virginia's wilds than just trees and trails. This Reddit user was exploring death row at the Missouri State Penitentiary with his dad when something eerie happened. As his dad walked towards him, the user snapped these photos. To their shock, something appeared behind him. In the first photo, there's a faint figure near the top of the stairs. Hard to notice at first. But in the second photo is the most unsettling. A woman can be seen, walking behind his dad, who wasn't there. In the third shot, you can spot the same woman, right behind him again. What's even stranger is that the dad mentioned that his legs gave out as soon as they neared the end of the walk, something that can be seen in the last photo. So who or what was with them that day? A woman was filming herself for social media when she unknowingly captured something bone-chilling. In the background, a man lurked, creeping closer with an unsettling stillness. But when he saw the camera, he froze and quickly retreated. It wasn't until she reviewed the footage that the full horror set in. Was he watching her the whole time, waiting for the right moment? If not for the camera, what might he have done? A Redditor's son and nephew were night fishing near a bridge when they heard clicking noises and saw something move. A little while later, they aimed the camera toward the source of the sounds, and their son shouted at it to show itself. That's when they caught this.
Shine right where you were. Shine there. What the fuck is that? I'm from PA, I don't even know what that is. Shit, I lost it, wait. Just peeking out and looking at us. What the fuck is it?
A pale figure peeked from behind the wall. As soon as they realized it wasn't anything normal, they fled. Later, when they watched the footage, they were even more terrified, now that they could see it more clearly. They posted it on Reddit, asking others to explain what they had encountered. What do you think it is? A woman was on a trip when she drove through a neighborhood and saw something she couldn't explain. She posted it to Facebook, thinking she'd captured alien activity, or maybe even a portal forming in the sky. And at first glance, it did look otherworldly, something we've only seen in a few other strange videos before. But one commenter suggested a more grounded explanation. He claimed there were just smoke rings from fireworks. According to him, when something blasts through a small smoke tube with force, it creates a vortex that forms these perfect rings. The original poster hasn't commented yet on whether she believes that could be the answer. A group of mountain climbers were enjoying their climb when this happened. Out of nowhere, the land beneath them shifted, and they barely had time to react as the earth seemed to slide right out from under them, leaving them dangling on the edge of disaster. Luckily, they escaped without any fatal injuries, but the terror of that moment was enough. None of them ever dared to return to that mountain again. Late one night, a TikTok user named PT Poppy and his friend went on their first random exploration using the Randonautica app. It led them deep into a forest. With just flashlights, they followed the coordinates and came across this.
That's where we're going. How much further are we going? Dude, let's go. Let's go.
Instead of turning back, curiosity pulled them in even further. As they crossed into the taped-off area, things quickly got unsettling.
Yo, dude, what is that? Yo, turn off the light, turn off the light. Oh, shit. Wait, yo, go, Seabass, go.
It was enough to make them run. PT later posted about the incident, calling it the creepiest experience of his life. And honestly, it's not hard to believe. What was going on out there? A man was walking home when he recorded this clip.
And I swear I just seen something moving. Right in the trees in here. Watch, wait for it. You're gonna see it. See that? What is that? I don't know. That's the way I gotta go.
He wanted to run, but couldn't. He had to go that way. Summoning his courage, he moved closer, only to realize it wasn't a creature at all. It was just a person standing in a strange position. What that person was doing there is unknown, but at least it didn't seem like anything to worry about. He continued his walk, now without fear. A Reddit user was hiking deep in the woods when he came across a pile of old VHS tapes. The tapes were lying neatly over fallen leaves, some half buried, yet strangely clean, almost if they'd been placed there on purpose. The post exploded with reactions. Most people wondered if the tapes might contain something creepy or disturbing. Others thought it could be some kind of promo, maybe for a new horror movie. Unfortunately, the user didn't have anything to play them with and was too creeped out to take them home. So I guess we'll have to wait until someone else finds them. Until then, the mysterious tapes remain a mystery. Chris McCandless was born into wealth, but he never felt like he truly belonged. So he gave away his entire $24,000 inheritance, abandoned his family name, and set off on a journey in search of freedom. With no maps and only what he could carry, he traveled across America, braving treacherous landscapes and the unforgiving wilderness. Any digital resources he had were lost to floods. His final journey took him from Fairbanks into the deadly terrain of the Stampede Trail, an area only experienced survivalists dared to enter. Running low on supplies, he took shelter in an abandoned bus, surviving off of a moose carcass that rotted more each day. By the 94th day, starvation and the toxic effects of wild potato seeds had left him too weak to continue. When hunters finally found him, he weighed just 67 pounds. Inside the bus, they discovered his photos along with a heart-breaking note. "I have had a happy life and thank the Lord. Goodbye and may God bless all." Was Chris a fearless soul chasing true freedom? Or was he simply too naive to realize the danger he was walking into? A man was climbing a Carday rock when suddenly rocks came flying down the cliff right at his face. He posted a photo online saying, "Never let your kids throw rocks off cliffs, especially when people are climbing." The kids and their parents probably didn't realize someone was below, so this serves as a good reminder for everyone. Even when you don't expect anyone to be there, always be careful. The climber was fine and wasn't seriously injured, but it could have been much worse. Rob Call Nature, a YouTuber known for camping in remote locations, decided to explore a mysterious site marked as a Viking tomb deep in a Finnish forest. After spotting it on Google Earth, he parked near a logging road and immediately felt that something was off.
That's weird. Why would they do that? That really bothered me. Why would they take pictures of my car? So we have to head due west. When I unpacked my car, there drove a car by. They slowed down pretty much when they saw me. And just now, before I left the road into the woods, they made another round and took a picture of my license plate. Maybe it was the landowner. Maybe they thought I was a poacher.
Brushing off the unease, he ventured into the woods, eventually finding the old stone mound and setting up camp beside it. As night fell, the cold became unbearable, forcing him to cut the trip short and leave early. When he reached his car, he discovered something unsettling. Someone had been there during the night.
Well, I found her. My princess in shiny armor. Well, someone has been interested in my car. I knew there was something off. These are not my footprints. The left one is mine, and the right one is the visitor in the night. When we headed out, someone took a picture of my car. Well, maybe they're as curious as I am. Well, that's the... let's just get out of here.
The chilling realization that he might have been stalked the entire time left him shaken. Who, or what, had been watching him? A group was hiking in West Virginia in the middle of the night when they noticed something strange in the sky, and one of them managed to capture it on camera.
What the hell is that?
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Good eye.
No shit.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
A series of glowing orbs moved in a deliberate pattern, almost as if they were forming something. One commenter pointed out that the first two formations seemed to resemble numbers 3, 3, 4, 3, 2, 32. Could this be some kind of coded message? A possible attempt at communication from something beyond our world? Or just a bizarre coincidence? A man and his wife had gone up an old hunting stand in a quiet forest, hoping to spot some animals passing by. For a while, nothing strange, just squirrels darting and raccoons digging around. Then, suddenly, a sound echoed through the woods. It was deep and low.
Was that a vehicle?
I don't know.
No idea.
It sounds like screaming to me.
Was it a mountain lion, a bear, or something we don't know? The couple didn't recognize the sound, and they seemed to know wildlife quite well. This photo was snapped by a woman tending livestock on her Navajo land in Ganado, Arizona, after she heard strange noises. She wasn't out searching for anything, but when she followed the sounds, she spotted it. The Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization reviewed the image and noted that the bulky, upright figure resembled classic Bigfoot reports, too large to be a person in a costume, especially in such an isolated area. Still, the image is blurry, and without physical proof, skeptics argue it could be a misidentified rock or shadow. But the mystery lingers. Chris and Charlene from the channel Travel Tales were on a road trip through Sweden when things took a dark turn. On July 18th, 2024, while heading to a secluded camping spot, they noticed a pickup truck tailing them. Feeling uneasy, they decided to call the police and kept driving.
So we're currently driving in the forest, and there's a van, a pickup van, just behind us, and he's basically following us. I don't know what the hell is going on, to be honest.
So weird.
So weird, it never happened to us.
Turn left.
First I thought I was being paranoid because I was slowing down and he was slowing down, and I was speeding up and he was speeding up, and now when we just went to turn he came after us, and then we went back and he came after us again. So he's definitely following us, and we're about half an hour away from the city, and I think we're just going to call the police now
And head there to the
keep driving, on the
city
main road.
center.
Luckily we realised about it and didn't go into the forest.
Oh my god, I'm just
Calm down, just dial the number because
yeah.
we need to call them.
So basically we're driving right now in the forest. We're heading to Halmstad. We are 26 minutes away, and there's a van behind us, a pickup truck, and he's following us. This is not a joke. He's been driving about 30 minutes behind us. This is so scary. We were in a very remote place, in a very remote area, and now we're seeing a little bit more cars finally. So hopefully now we get to the police station and he stops following us, or I don't know what's gonna happen. But what do you think will happen now?
No idea. It's a lot different now because we're entering Halmstad city, so there's so many more cars. It's still behind us, and it's definitely following us for sure. I don't know what we're gonna do when we get to the police station though.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
we're just gonna.
I think we should stay in the van.
I guess so. Yeah, everywhere's locked, right?
For nearly 30 minutes, the truck stayed right behind them. Who was following them, and what were their intentions? Just as things were getting really scary, a police car appeared.
Hello. What the man? They've been following us for
30 minutes.
That area have been a lot of burglaries, so those that live there is a little on the high edge, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah,
And then they
okay.
see a drone.
Yeah, but
and then I think that you were planning some.
I thought they were gonna rob us or something. I don't even know if I got any speed cameras because I'm just like shaking
But
and
did
driving.
it flash?
No, I
No.
don't think so because I slowed down. But
Okay,
I don't know what they were doing because we go slow and they go slow. We go fast, they go fast. We go left, they go left.
And that's the right way, of course.
Yeah,
Not
like
stop if someone just.
yeah.
They called us. Yeah, she as well, and those as well, and said they were off the caravan. I think they were gonna plan something.
Yeah.
Yeah. My colleague are talking to them right now. How about it's okay with you? Just a little.
Yeah, we're a bit shocked.
Our station is in Halmstad. That's
Yeah,
why
we
it
came like
took a while.
30 kilometers away.
We come as fast as we could.
We were gonna find the camping in the forest, but now we come to the city instead. It's like because more
safe.
people.
I understand.
Yeah. Because we went into the forest, I
Because-
made the
yeah.
indicator, and you know the road is like this, and you have a side one, and I went in like this, and he coming after me, so I'm like, fuck. Then I
He's
went
really
out and
following
he came
us.
out like,
That's when we confirmed
Then I
that
said,
he's
like, call the
really
police
following
because-
us, you know.
They thought you were dangerous, and you thought they were dangerous.
yeah, I understand now, that.
Sit tight, sit tight.
Yeah, I stay here.
It turns out the driver had been following them after seeing them fly their drone, suspecting them of being involved in local burglaries.
It's just so weird. And apparently, because we took the drone shot, he decided to get in his pickup truck
And
and follow us
For 13
40 kilometers all the way to Hampstead. Just for fun, well, not for fun, but just to pursue us. And I don't know, what was he planning to do?
Just
If we
crazy.
confronted, like, was he going to fight us? Was he going to hurt us? Was he going to try and take the footage or something? It's really weird. Really, really weird.
We didn't really talk to him now when the police came.
No, the
So
police spoke to
we
him.
have no idea what kind of guy was he.
Yeah, we saw him though. He drove by. He had like a beard and
Yeah.
pickup truck.
He
And
looked normal though.
I told the
like-
police, I said, like, do you want me to go and speak to him to assure him that we are not planning any attack? But they said, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's not your fault. And he apologized. He said they shouldn't have done that.
And we asked the police guy that if this happens very often, and he said no.
No.
So
We
we
were
must
really
be
unlucky.
very
that-
unlucky.
The police cleared everything up, but the couple was shaken, relieved they hadn't gone deeper into the forest. What would have happened if they'd come into contact with the man? This backpacker stumbled upon an eerie spot deep in a Swedish forest. Clown dolls hung from the trees, their cracked painted faces staring out eerily. Nearby, an old tent sat abandoned, ripped and worn, as if someone had left in a hurry, or perhaps never left at all. Locals steer clear of the place, claiming strange things happened there long ago. Whispers in the wind, soft laughter that doesn't sound quite human. Some believe the dolls are remnants of an ancient ritual, holding trapped souls. Others think it's just a twisted prank, someone taking Halloween a little too far. A man drove near Area 51, a place rumored to keep aliens. He was in Rachel when he filmed something he couldn't explain. A strange object flew over the mountains, then a blinding flash, and it vanished. Slowed footage makes it look even stranger. Was it alien? Secret tech? Area 51 keeps its secrets well. Mimi left her old life behind to live in a camper van, exploring new campsites deep in the woods. One quiet morning, she woke up and took a peaceful walk through the forest. When she returned, she started cooking hot dogs by the fire. That's when things took an unexpected turn.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm a little lost and I'm hoping maybe you can kind of help me.
Yeah, what's up?
So my kid he's 20,
Uh-huh.
but he was hiking around the Linville Gorge and this is telling me to turn here and go obviously through that gated area, which doesn't look like a thing,
Yeah, no.
to get to his pin. He pinned me there.
Okay, well I'm assuming you did a trail, right? Like a marked trail.
Yeah, but he said he was like on the side of a road and he's throwing up. And he's like, come get me. I just drove from Raleigh
Oh, damn.
in my work clothes.
Oh my gosh, so you really are?
Yeah, I was like, I'll be right there.
Oh god, yeah, that's far. Okay.
Do you have
I guess he doesn't know anyone out this way that would have something.
No, he traveled up here by himself.
Oh.
He thought it'd be all like crazy.
Well, we've got quite the situation. Apparently, down that road that I was just walking down, about 2.5 miles, her son is very sick and needs her to come get him, but she can't get past the gate. And there's no other entrance way because I just hooked up my Starlink to see. There's no other way down there than through that gate, which is very locked. So she's calling 911 now to see if they can come home.
A woman showed up, panicked, searching for her son who got seriously sick. He was stuck past a locked gate, and emergency crews had to come rescue him.
You don't make cool. You pull it on this side. We're going to have a bunch of rescuers coming in.
Get my son.
Is that your son?
So where do you want me to move?
heading across the river, got on the service road. The map says walk pit, so there's going to be the new walk pit that he's on, probably about 2 miles total in from the gate.
All right, EMS and emergency services are coming out. They're gonna go get him. He's about 3 miles down the road. Well, we're thinking this guy has the key to unlock the gate, so realistically, he wouldn't need EMS services because she can go get him, but this guy's apparently really sick down there. She said he's not one to complain. He's been hiking for maybe 2 days. And he was going to set up camp about 2 more miles down, but then he started getting real sick and throwing up a lot. And he called his mom all the way from Raleigh. She drove a little over 4 hours to get here. She's still in her work clothes. So I told her to sit with me at the fire to stay warm at least, but she's so nervous. I understand why. I mean, my gosh. This night's about to get a little bit crazy up in here. Would you look at that? There's the last fella leaving. Well, the fire's going out. They ended up just letting her take her son. He's in the car with her right there. They're gonna go probably home because he doesn't want to go to the hospital. I don't blame him. But yeah, quite the eventful night, huh? Holy crap.
Thankfully, the woman's son was later found safe along the trail. But what if he hadn't had cell service? What if he couldn't call for help? The outcome could have been very different. Daniel, a nature-loving YouTuber, was all set for a peaceful wild camping night. On May 4th, 2023, he found a perfect spot in the woods to test his new grill and cooked a steak. As night fell, he settled into his bivy bag, thinking it would be a quiet night. But then, suddenly, this happened.
There's a massive deer just over there looking at me. Oh shit, it's running towards me. Oh. Let me get my breath back. Oh.
A massive deer charged at him, knocking him to the ground and leaving him winded. Shocked and in pain, Daniel realized he had no choice but to pack up and leave. He made his way back to his car, finally able to rest his sore ribs. Chelsea, Luna and her friend James set out to explore an old abandoned tunnel from the 1920s, a place rumoured to be haunted. Later, when they watched the footage, they noticed something strange.
Is that gate closed? The freaking gate's closed, James! Look!
Freaking gate's closed, James.
A dark, shadowy figure walking past. The internet quickly exploded, with many claiming it was undeniable proof of a ghostly presence. But not everyone was convinced. Many suggested the terrifying shadow was simply Chelsea's finger slipping into the frame. And honestly, they might be right. What do you think? On August 23, 2008, in Hammam Ghazaz, Kalibia, Tunisia, around 120 people gathered for an overnight camp event. The atmosphere was fun, light-hearted, full of stories, songs, and snapshots taken by the event's official photographer. But after the camp ended, while reviewing the photos, one participant noticed something disturbing. In a group photo, a strange figure appeared standing between two friends. Everyone present confirmed no one like that attended the event. So who or what was standing between them? A young man was exploring a quiet town with his camera, long past midnight. When he reached a small bridge, he saw something move in the shadows.
¿Qué es eso, güey? Loco. ¿Vieron eso blanco?
According to him, it was a large white creature. Instead of running, he walked closer, believing it might be the Cadejo Blanco. In Latin American folklore, the Cadejo Blanco is a mysterious, dog-like spirit, said to appear to travelers at night. Unlike its dark counterpart, the Cadejo Negro, which brings harm and fear, the white Cadejo is believed to protect those who have lost their way. As he neared the bridge, he heard this.
Vimos el Cadejo Blanco. ¡Ay, Dios! ¡Dios! Tocaron.
Knocking sounds coming from close by. And whatever was out there vanished into the dark. Nomad Unknown, a solo traveler documenting her car camping journeys, set out to explore the Wild Azalea Trail in Louisiana. She finally found a good spot to set up camp, but as she checked out the surroundings, she noticed something unsettling.
You ever just come across somebody and the energy is just off? That is what's been happening to me a little bit today. I'm about 3 miles in and I found this spot that I would really love to camp. But just as I was getting here, I saw somebody that I've seen twice already today. The first time I saw him, he only had a water bottle in his hand, no backpack or anything. And I saw him at the trailhead where I parked my car as I was still pulling things out of my car. And at that point, as soon as he saw me, he sort of turned around and headed back onto the trail. I've seen him 4 times, I just realized. And then I saw him as I was hiking. I'd started with my pack up the trail, and he came from behind me, still with just the water bottle. And I didn't hear him at first, but it kind of startled me a little bit. So I moved over to let him go past, and that time was the first time I said, "Oh, hello." And he just said, "Hi." The next time I saw him, he was at a crossroads, and it looked like he was loading things into his car to leave. But I guess he was pulling a backpack out, because even though I didn't say anything to him at that point, I literally just got across this bridge that's behind me, and it was filming some of the wild azaleas. And there he came from behind me again, this time with the backpack on, like an overnight backpack. And I said, "Oh, hello again." I might have even filmed that, although I didn't film him. And again, he just said, "Hi." There's nothing concrete that's wrong with any of that, but it's the feeling of...
Was he following her? After a while, she decided to check out another spot, but then she saw this.
This area that I was looking across at, you see, there's the bridge, you can see that, and then the backpack's right there. I was thinking I was going to camp over there, but I looked over and I saw this area here, the clearing, and I thought, you know what, that's a bit more hidden from trail. I might feel more comfortable and secure over there, so I came over. Why is there a trail cam pointing to that campsite? I don't really know how those things work. Maybe it's not visible on the camera, but like, what else is it pointing at? Hmm. The heck?
A trail cam pointed directly at her campsite. Whether it was just a coincidence, it was enough to make her uneasy.
Like, here's the trail cam. What is it pointing at? Putting my camera right behind. My backpack is right there. That's where we're gonna camp. Like, that's an established campsite. Looks like this one is too, but what the heck is going on here? First, weird energy. Second, a trail cam pointed at a campsite? I think one strike, two strike. I gotta get out of here before 3 strikes and I'm out.
Alone in the woods with no protection, she trusted her gut, packed up and left. Whatever was going on, staying wasn't worth the risk. In March 2022, these explorers went deep into an old American forest, searching for an abandoned railway bridge hidden in the woods. At first, everything was calm and silent, but then a strange sound started coming from nearby. Something moved close.
You take that one path up here. Yeah. Is that right there? Yeah. Picture the babies. Oh, baby. Okay, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to. What the hell was that? Alright, let's keep fucking moving. Yeah. It's coming from up there. I don't even know if I want to. We'll see what it is, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, this is like something fucking unknown. Alright. Let's be safe how long we're out here, because I think there's a storm coming. It's getting real windy. Alright. Okay, go. That's pretty loud. That's close. Okay. Stay ready. I know. Okay. Oh, go. It's coming. Oh, crap. Wait, don't, wait. Go. Wait. Holy, I think I saw it. Go.
They fled, knowing they were being followed. They made it safely to their car. Later, when they reviewed the footage, they noticed 2 glowing eyes staring at them. It seemed as tall as a person, but human eyes don't glow like that. It must have been something animal-like. Like Bigfoot. Rick was exploring a forest at midnight when he walked by a fence and saw a stranger creeping along the other side, moving slowly like he was in a trance. He was carrying an old radio blaring at full volume, but not saying a word. At one point, the radio said something like, "Walk away." Rick kept going until the fence ended. Now there was nothing between them anymore. They locked eyes in a long, tense stare. Then the man reached into his coat, and Rick didn't wait to find out what happens next. He ran off, still wondering what had just occurred. A couple set out on a hike deep into the desert. Everything felt calm, until it didn't.
Hello?
Out of nowhere, a desperate voice echoed through the silence. Instinct kicked in, and they called out. To their shock, the voice seemed to respond. Cautiously, they followed the sound, stepping closer to its source. But before they could find anything, it suddenly stopped, as if whatever was in distress wasn't anymore. They searched the area and even reported it to authorities, but no trace of anything or anyone was ever found. What was it? Victoria Rose, a solo female van lifer, was camping in the New York woods on August 13, 2023, enjoying a peaceful night alone. But around 1:20 a.m., her quiet spot was invaded by a large pickup truck that pulled up right beside her. A family got out, unloading gear and blocking her Jeep in completely. What began as confusion turned into fear and frustration. Their behavior felt aggressive and disrespectful.
What the fuck?
You guys couldn't kick me out of this spot? Are you guys gonna move your truck so I can at least leave? You're gonna move your truck so I can leave? Huh? Well, it's kind of weird that I was well, I am. Well, now I have to like leave because there's no way I can sleep like this. Can you at least ask, like, or say excuse me or something? Like, I was camped here.
I understand. We told you we didn't know there was anybody in there.
Right, but can you like say like yeah, but it's just common courtesy to say sorry. I didn't realize. Is it okay if we camp here? But it's like this is the spot that I got. It's just strange. It's rude. I don't really know where to go or what to do. It's like 2 in the morning. This is strange. I've never had this happen out in the West.
With no safe way to stay and too tired to drive, Victoria had to make a difficult choice. In the end, she left her carefully chosen campsite behind.
Some lines, but I hate driving at night, especially when I'm this tired because it's like nearly 3 in the morning. It was a weird situation. I didn't know what to do. Like, what do you do? Infiltrating. It's so loud too. So I just had to drive to a rest stop. I didn't want to make a big deal because there was kids. It's so rude. Like, they're so rude, and they're just like not looking at me, acting like I wasn't even there. And I was standing there, like, hey, can you at least say excuse me, or can you say sorry, or can you at least ask me for the campsite, even though like that's rude in itself. Like, it's 2 in the morning. The camping culture in the West versus the East is so much different.
Though shaken, she viewed the experience as a lesson about safety, awareness, and the difference in camping culture between West and East. Her journey continued, but the frustration of that night stayed with her. A person living across from an abandoned house had always heard the rumors that the place was haunted. But one afternoon, something happened that made them take it seriously. They glanced out the window and noticed a woman standing in the top right window of the old house, just staring back. They grabbed their phone and snapped a few pictures, but by the time they looked again, she was gone. The house has all its doors chained and padlocked. It's not the kind of place someone can just walk into. They called the police to check it out, just in case someone had broken in. But no one was there. No sign of anyone inside or even nearby. Whatever they saw no one has a good explanation for it. Kenny, a passionate traveler, loves sharing his outdoor adventures with his viewers on his YouTube channel, Kenny of All Trades. On March 2nd, 2024, he set up camp by a peaceful lake, planning to ice fish.
Out of nowhere, the flasher completely lit up. And I'm thinking, is that all fish? But looks like it's just bubbles coming to the surface. There we go. There we go. What do we got? Sunny. Awesome. These are smelling delicious. I think it's time to come out. All right, taste test time. Look at that. Believe me, that's gonna be good.
After catching a few fish and preparing for dinner, everything seemed perfect. But as night falls and he prepares for bed, this happens.
This is strange. I came outside. Holy buckets. It's like 11:30 at night. Someone completely unloaded a magazine out here. At first I thought it was the lake, but no, not after that. What the heck?
The sound of shots echo through the air, getting closer. Then, just as suddenly, the shooting stops. Who or what could be out there? And what was going on? Nervous and unsure, Kenny locks himself inside his RV, hoping the night will pass peacefully. Luckily it does, but Kenny is left wondering, what really happened that night? While hiking in 1987, Phil Spencer, a retired British police officer, noticed something strange in the distance and quickly snapped a photo. The image shows a mysterious figure standing on a dirt path. Experts later examined the photo and confirmed its authenticity, with many believing Spencer had no reason to fabricate the story, given his respected background in law enforcement. Due to the limitations of cameras in the 1980s, the image was unclear. However, after zooming in and using filters, more details started to emerge. The figure appeared to have unusually long arms, a thin body, and a large head. What exactly did Phil Spencer capture during his hike that day? Could this be a case of the unknown, or is there a logical explanation behind it? A student visited Kirkstall Abbey Museum with her father during their trip. The caretaker let them take a few last photos before closing. They were the only ones inside. Later at home, they looked through the pictures, and one photo showed something baffling. A little boy running by. She and her father swore no one else was there, and even the museum owner couldn't explain it. There doesn't seem to be any other explanation, except that it might be a ghost. This Reddit user was hiking near Dover, Tennessee. The first day went perfectly fine, but by the end of the second day, his legs were covered, hundreds of sea ticks clinging to his skin. He used rubbing alcohol and scratched for nearly an hour until his skin burned. This photo was taken 4 days after he'd removed them. A disturbing reminder: always protect yourself when hiking through tall grass or wooded trails. A man and his friend were hiking deep in the Amazon rainforest, somewhere in Brazil, when they stumbled upon something that left them speechless. In the middle of the dense jungle, they discovered a plane wreck, crashed and abandoned. No sign of survivors, no trace of anyone nearby. The sounds in the background, likely from wildlife, added to the eerie atmosphere. But in the Amazon, every rustle and movement is unsettling. What happened to the people aboard? No updates were ever shared about the crash, and the mystery remains unsolved. Since the footage was uploaded, we can assume that at least the hikers made it safely out of the forest. This couple was staying in Bali when, in the middle of the night, they heard strange sounds, as if something was climbing their shed.
What the fuck? That has to be inside. Okay, I'll go look.
With only a fragile wooden roof above them, the fear of a large predator crashing through loomed over their heads. They spent the night frozen in fear, unsure of what lurked above them. A group of friends went exploring an abandoned palace at night. The place was huge, with giant doorways and hallways that seemed endless. The camera slowly moved across one of these big doorways, staying focused on it for a while. Then, out of nowhere, the cameraman heard something from down the hall and saw this. A figure appeared, just standing there, staring at him. Realizing he was in over his head, the cameraman quickly decided to get out. But I wonder, could it have just been a statue? A trucker was making a long haul up to Monterrey, Mexico. Nothing unusual. Meanwhile, back at the home office, the supervisor decided to check in via a remote camera inside the truck. On the monitor, the supervisor didn't see an empty passenger seat. Instead, a pale-faced woman was sitting right beside the driver, even though company rules strictly forbid picking up passengers. The supervisor immediately sent a message. "Who is that in your passenger seat?" The driver thought his boss was joking, so he just kept trucking. When the truck finally pulled into the terminal, the driver was sat down and shown the dashcam footage. He vehemently swore he had been alone the entire trip, but the recording told a different story. From start to finish, she had been there. Her clothing didn't seem contemporary, and she doesn't look normal. If this is genuine footage of a ghost hitchhiking is unknown. But if it is true, that driver probably never wanted to pull another midnight shift again. A trail camera set deep in the woods picked up something strange a few years ago. A small figure moving through the trees. At first glance, it could be a child, but why would a kid be wandering alone in the wilderness? And looking closer, the figure seemed distorted, almost unnatural. So, was this a lost child or something else entirely? While exploring a cemetery in Massachusetts, a group of friends decided to take some photos of their adventure. They agreed not to look at any pictures until they had left the site. When they finally reviewed the images, they were shocked by what they saw. In one of the photos, on the right side, there's a strange white figure dressed in dark clothing. The figure appears to be translucent, almost ghostly. No one knows what it is, but the sight of it is undeniably unsettling. This photo was shared by Tony Gallagher. While exploring Devil's Den, he captured what seemed like an ordinary shot. When he developed it, something caught his eye. Standing atop the range was a figure, one he hadn't seen at the time. He was convinced it was a Confederate soldier, part of his arm seemingly missing, as if he had stepped straight out of the battlefield. What do you think? Could this truly be a lost soul? This Reddit user was driving home after a trip on a quiet Sunday night in Australia. It was around 8:30 p.m. when something unusual caught their eye near the side of the road. A red balloon tied to a metal grate. Curious, they stopped the car and walked back to check. Something I definitely wouldn't recommend doing. Hanging from the same string was a taped plastic bag. Fortunately, there was nothing disturbing inside, just light plastic bits. Still, seeing a single red balloon in the dark, tied like that, was definitely creepy. No clowns were spotted nearby, but it left one question behind. Who tied it there, and why? In 2020, in a quiet town in New York, a farmer named Kirk Maths got a strange call. A huge safe had been found in his field. Even weirder, there was a note on it saying, if you can open it, you can keep what is inside. Naturally, a crowd gathered, eager to crack it open. Deputies had to step in when they saw people hammering at it, but the safe wouldn't budge. It weighed around 600 pounds, making it impossible to move without machinery, so someone must have gone through a lot of effort to leave it in that field. To this day, no one knows who left it or what's inside, but Matt decided to hide it to keep the mystery alive. I guess we'll never find out. This photo was shared on February 21st, 2025 on X. At first glance, it looks like just another caribou skeleton, but a closer look reveals a much darker story. The way it's positioned suggests the animal must have fallen, gotten stuck, and never made it out. It struggled, tried to free itself, fought until there was no fight left. It's sad to think about, isn't it? A man saw movement outside his cabin and decided to take a look. As he shines his flashlight into the dark bushes, he captures this on camera. Though the video is low quality, dog-like ears and a snout seem to appear, followed by a vaguely human-shaped lower body. Many believe it could be the Michigan Dogman, a creature said to haunt the forests of Michigan. While the idea is intriguing, it's best to stay skeptical. Potato quality footage isn't exactly solid proof. While hiking in a park, someone stumbled upon a bizarre sight. Several people stood completely motionless by the side of the path, all facing the trees, as if frozen under some kind of spell. Were they simply watching something eerily still, or was this a glitch in the Matrix? The person who recorded this video was performing some kind of ritual near an old graveyard when they spotted something unusual. A little girl. Curious, they asked where she came from, and the girl simply pointed toward the graves. They asked if her parents knew she was there. Again, she pointed at the graveyard. Feeling uneasy, the recorder decided to leave. But when they turned back for one last look, the girl was gone. I wonder if they alerted the authorities about her, just in case she wasn't a ghost, but an actual lost child. While driving home, a man saw something strange.
I genuinely thought I was tripping. Like, I thought that, I don't know, I thought everything was going back in time, man. I don't know what I thought, but oh, it wasn't good.
For a moment, he thought he was losing it. You just don't expect to see someone running backwards so smoothly. I can understand how that would be a confusing sight. Was it a glitch in the Matrix? Who knows? An explorer was deep in the Brazilian jungle when he passed by a man known as the loneliest man in the world. The last member of his tribe, living completely alone on a territory of more than 8,000 hectares. He built huts, hunted, and dug dozens of mysterious pits no one ever understood. For decades, very little was known about him. Only one photo from 1998 showed him alive, looking healthy, surviving on papaya, corn, and wild game. Experts estimated his age to be just over 50. By law, no outsiders were allowed to enter his territory. He never made direct contact with anyone beyond his tribe. He didn't want to be approached. He fired arrows at anyone who came close. In 2022, they found his body in a hammock, covered with macaw feathers. He was about 60 years old. And for more, watch this next video.